been listening to Elon Musk for a few days now on his TikTok feed, or the one I've got. He's seeming to grow ever since I've seen that guy grow. And he gave me the idea to post my newest post, the one written in text, and I just had to. That's what I get. I get people or things I hear, and then it's just like, oh yeah, timing, and it's all in timing and right timing, and I love when someone triggers my mind to say something that I'd like to say. And and he's got a great sense of humor. Elon, he makes me laugh, even though I can't laugh, because it sucks. It sounds funny. But yeah, I'll listen to what he's got to say, and he's a very, very intelligent man, and the world's focused on him at the moment. I'm just in the background, For him to even know I exist is awesome. I'm pretty sure he said hi the other day, and I was like, big doubles. It meant a lot, we don't people please or do it for people's satisfaction, but it's good to know that, it's good to get the pat on the back by just not yourself, I don't know why I do this. Oh, that's right. Because I'm not going to give up. I gave up all my life, and see this one through. And hopefully I can just put enough seeds in people's minds, and happy seeds of love, seeds of truth, and seeds of where we've got to go with this life, our society, and where we want to go as people. I just really strongly believe in the word and the power of the word that Jesus spoke of, the word and the work, the word and the work. Do the work on yourself and say the word. And I gotta say, there's some people out there that done so much more work than me. As I said, this is a breeze. I'm like, God only gives you what you can handle, and He doesn't give me too much. I can handle a narcissist. I can handle a big, strong person coming at me. But I can't really handle a mob or I really can't afford not to move forward, to stay stagnant, to stay on the fence. I just need to show up every day and give it my best. And I don't have an engineering degree like that man, and good for him, but good for him for all his struggles, and he probably didn't pass every test like the others, but he got through because he was a bit, just did it differently. Put everything on the line and put faith in God, I think he did. And his faith and put everything on the line and nearly lost it all heaps of times, he was saying. That takes a lot to break or die, take that jump, and he did. And so inspiring for others to do the same for what they believe in. And so many others, like I could say, that have those qualities as well, just not as big mainstream. I just say peace, Elon, Yoko. Trump, behave yourself. We've got to get through this alive. You want to be alive, right? So stick in there. Don't do too many naughty things. But that's what makes Trump. The daring to, I'm not bluffing, I'm Trump kind of thing. Bit crazy, people might say, but I don't know. It's all part of the plan, all of it. So, whoever's in our faces today are probably the good guys, to be honest, because I don't think there's many bad guys out there. They're in hiding. It's just playing out. We've already won, they've said. We're just playing out and leaking it out to the public. What's possible? Is Elon Musk single at the moment? Because I would advise him not to jump in a relationship until he's worked on himself for at least 6 months and taken time off SpaceX, or run them both in that he hasn't got that much responsibility. But, that could set him back. But, what's more important, himself and his love for himself. To give here's the other half that's floating out there somehow, trying to do themselves up to match the great Elon Musk. It's not going to be a supermodel this time. It's going to be someone that has drive like him, has a brain like his, and in a different area, opposite area maybe, but they just thrive off each other, and they just maybe someone interested in his work, so they can co-create even. What do you think about this, honey? Oh wow, that's actually, I didn't think of that. I love how your mind works, honey. Wouldn't you like to feel that, Elon? I would. I get lonely, even though I'm like fully at peace. I want to share it with someone. But the battle's not over, and the war's just begun. It's just a big stage. Big line-up stage. A realistic stage that we can die in. But yeah, I like what he said. He's not afraid of death, and that's cool. That's really cool. And it should be celebrated when you go. Like, it's a beautiful thing. Like, you've finished, you've served, you're so much wiser, and you're ready for the next life and the next thing what's going to come our way. But we don't have to. We could just go straight up and ascend. And have a utopia in creative land, which wouldn't be mixed with all this, but it's too exciting as we are, and I like being human and the struggles and everything, because I kind of got used to it. You know, how people treat you, and I think Elon's got like these massive boundaries that he won't let people, steer his vision away. He won't listen. It's just like, no, SpaceX is going to make it. Robots are coming. It'll lock, it'll lump it. And that's cool. I'm not trying to say that God doesn't want his robots or AI technology or space rockets. It's just slow down, man. You expand too fast and you collapse. But you probably already know that. And it's what, $2 trillion says that your company's not going to fold this time. Tesla alone, SpaceX, the government grants and all that. So, you'll be going. You'll be going, making your dreams. God's not going to take away your dreams for no one. Just going to put some guide rules on it. Can't put weapons on your ships. Or can't play around with nukes into the nuclear bombs in the atmosphere. And it's a big no-no. You can hear it from the other side of the universe. That's all they don't want happening. It's nukes. Get laser beams or some better weapons that totally destroy the wicked. More advanced weapons that don't leave environmental hazards or noise pollution to the universe. It's all nuclear bombs should be. It's old. It generates a lot of power, nuclear, but should we get given it by the aliens anyway, the technology? Nuclear, I knew the fusion, but probably nuclear. They used it for the wrong. I don't know, can we rewrite our whole history, or is it real, our whole history, or they make up half of it to suit them? Who's them anyway? I got a better word for them. Those guys. The dark elites, it's either them or just name it as they are. And the people who practice very yucky satanic rituals and I can't imagine the people who've died in torture with them and all sorts of things. What's come close to speaking it out, like someone like myself, like you couldn't do this 10 years ago. Speak out, not like this. It's always in divine timing, at right timing, to be safe for all God's people to rise up, to have in our favour. You know, you can't mess with destiny. And yeah, I don't know. Who do I like more than Elon Musk? My kids. Love them to bits unconditionally. Same with Elon, unconditionally, but kids are dependent on us, and you know, they need us to thrive. We need to take care of our children. So, what was I gonna say? Who do I like more? I used to like movie stars and all that, but I like Chris Lilly. He's really funny Australian comedy act, comedy comedian. He's funny, Chris Lilly. He's a really funny guy. Carl Barron. Oh, he's got to be my favourite. Like, who doesn't like Carl Barron over Elon? Like, look up Carl Barron, Elon. You'll know what I mean. He is funny. And, yeah. Like Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey was cool. I never saw him as a weirdo. All those stories they put out with him because he was speaking pineal gland stuff, and he was speaking his truth at the time and trying to come out with it, and he was just too big to come out with it, you know. When a big actor's like, they gotta just take him straight out. I don't know, did he disappear? Like, I don't know. That's why I get stuck sometimes scrolling through TikTok and I come up with these feeds and I was like, fuck, what a distraction. It's like, thank you for speaking out loud, guys, but just like, so much drama. We all know what's going on, and yeah, thanks. But you don't have to risk your lives, guys. It's for more like us, angels. We can just risk our lives because it's all in or nothing kind of thing. I understand Jim Carrey a little bit. He just fed up, man. He saw the lot. Saw what was going on. Probably, I don't know this for true, and people who, I don't know, it just, the whole, he was messing around with suicide, and he was always depressed and had all that. It's just a sub-fucking story for Robin Williams. I always thought there was something fishy about Robin Williams, like it was, and water, what did he drown or something? I don't know what he did. It's like Whitney Houston, same, you know, all the greats. If you notice that, all the greats have really touched on unconditional love, the music, unconditional love, like Tupac and Whitney Houston, and I will always love you. Like great singers, Michael Jackson. You know, all they don't really care about us. You know, they're just trying to warn us, and and spread a message of love. And why are those people just killing themselves? It just doesn't make sense. Maybe because they didn't love themselves enough and they made everyone else love themselves. Made everyone else happy. You don't show up into a relationship to make someone else happy. Well, they get dependent on that happiness, and when you're gone, they're lonely and they can't hold tight themselves. They can't hold strong. And at the end of the day, babe, you're coming back with me. Whatever happens, you're in bed with me at the end of the night, kind of thing. And that's why jealousy has no rule. Jealousy's good because it shows us that we love. We're jealous, like a jealous God. Makes sense. You can only serve one master, and that's God. And that means you can't even believe in the other constructed devil that they made. I think Satan was a demigod, and they were saying, and he just wanted to experience Satanism, which was wickedness and all that sort of stuff. And I think he passed on a long time ago. Might have even been before Jesus, I don't know. But yeah, and then hell was a graveyard, apparently a big graveyard. Where like demigods went, and Anunnakis are normally demigods and stuff like that. They just have wisdom of who they are and the unlimited source they are, and once your limits have been taken off, that's when. Anyway, can't speak too much. I'll wait and let this one through. They'll mute me again. They can't. They can do that, I guess. Might be good for the people, if they censor it. But I'm only doing it out of love, and I just want to be real. That's why sometimes I swear, smoke cigarettes, and on this thing. I try not to smoke cigarettes anymore because I get the warnings, and I got to stick by the laws. Even God says you got to stick by man's laws, which I don't know if that's true, but for me, but it makes sense. Like, we live in this world, but I think that got put in the Bible, to be honest, that part, because it doesn't make sense, as in why we'd have to condemn to an evil alien race of laws and governments that care about the big fat wallets instead of the people. Well, Australia's pretty good. It's not like that. It's actually pretty good, but it's all around the world's getting really bad, and Australians feeling it too. They're like the most taxed ever. I swear we're taxed, and food's just through the roof. Everything's $5 up, and then 10 items, you've got $50. It doesn't get you far. gets you a meal, $30, $40 gets you a meal these days at the supermarket. You know, you're whipping up a good one. Anyway, I better get off this thing. Get some shut-eye. I got smoothie to go with a lady friend of mine in the morning. Yeah. We just go for smoothies, and she calls me every day. A lovely girl. Yeah. So I keep her around because she takes interest in me. And I don't get that from everyone, so I get that from her. So why not? She might be a larger woman, but not my so-called cup of tea. I like women fit and look after themselves, because they're gonna be like that. But I care about her. Her personality's tops, and I'm just attracted to her obsession with me. Because I've got an obsession with me. So that's cool that someone else does. But that's not what I look for in a woman. That's why I'm single. Yeah. I'm looking for a woman who knows themselves, who is a made woman. Probably more made than me, because I started late in life. And I'm at the lowest I can be. Everything inside is at the highest. The abundance, the highest. The money with the abundance, not so much. Still starving. Still hungry. Don't know where my next feed, but it always comes, and I never starve. Always make a way somehow. Really going to get down and just every single dollar, just see where it's going. And maybe just hoard a little bit of it. You know, still pay the kids their food money every fortnight on their off week. It's just hard, you know. If I had money, I'd buy the kids a car. Get to school. Pity their school's right next door to their house. But anyway. And they can go on holidays and do what other kids do, and don't have two pension-stricken parents. It's very limited stuff you can do these days, and as I said, they're going through food like anything. And we don't really have spare money over here. And people think I'm nuts paying her. But I know if I don't, kids don't bloody eat. Because they eat too much. Hungry kids. Full of energy, they're skinny too. And they eat so much. Just because I think ADD kids are normally skinny, because they got so much freaking energy. I think my son hasn't got an ADD, but I don't think he eats as much as my daughter. My daughter's skinny as, but I just like to fatten them up with some proper food, you know, the best brands. Just not worry about money. I'll just love to not know about money. And just wait until this work's paid off. And God finally sends a message out to a billionaire or millionaire and put 500,000 in his account. Make him happy. I'm a property, you know, for all his good work, and don't tell him who it's from. Just anonymously put it into his PayPal or something, you know. I'd just be like, I wouldn't go splurging it. I'd just buy a really nice computer for myself, house and a car for the kids, and then put something into something that can revenate money. Thing can produce money for like a legacy, build a legacy off it, of some of the money, and just live life. I don't know. I don't think it will be this massive idea. I really wanted to give my massive idea to the collective, to be honest, because I didn't want to do it myself. I thought it was a global thing to do, world peace kind of relief thing, relief payments for the world. I need a woman. I need a good woman or a good mate, a good friend, a man friend to co-create with me, to get the stuff what I find difficult. To get that done, part of the side. So, you know, I just give it out to Elon for being like, he'd have his experts around him that he co-creates with, his masterminds. But, you know, he's a one-man show by the looks of it. And that's pretty impressive. If not, he's got one hell of a wife that I really don't know his status, or he just keeps on. I see these things online that he's always reaching out to the woman, and I'm like, oh mate, no, you're lonely, but you know, don't get someone because you're lonely. Don't fall in love with someone because you're lonely. Like, especially if you haven't put the effort into really serving yourself first and giving yourself the tender loving care, like proper sleep, and proper switch off time away from the devices. And you know, it's a good relationship book, you know, a really good one. I've got a few on my page, TikTok page, all my books, my audiobooks. Yeah, I get a good relationship book. Educate yourself, and educate yourself on how to love yourself completely. See ya.